These are the breaks.
These are the breaks.
You know what it is. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Y'all know what it is. These are the breaks. I am here in not so sunny Los Angeles, California. It's really cold out here. If you don't believe that, LA can get really cold, it is really cold here in Los Angeles. But I am here, Mykell Mathieu, aka Mykell the PG. Remember, you can follow me all over social media at Mykell the PG. And y'all know what this is. These are the breaks. So welcome here on this day, December the 13th, man. It's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. I hope you guys have fun tonight, but be very safe. But we have to get into today's news, and we're going to have to talk about basketball starting off because this is the land of hoops. And tonight, the biggest series, the biggest game, the biggest rivalry in all of sports ignites tonight. It is here. Celtics versus the Los Angeles Lakers. It is going to be some really, really great basketball. But let's give you a little bit of history. This is going to be the 370th total meeting between the teams. The Celtics lead the regular season 206 to 164. They're the only team in the history of the NBA to have a winning record against the Los Angeles Lakers. If that doesn't tell you who the greatest franchise to ever play basketball is in the NBA, I don't know what you're thinking. But shout out to the Celtics for having that. They had all those great teams. But these are the premier teams of the NBA, guys. I know we love the Knicks. I know recently we love the Golden State Warriors, but these are the premier teams of the league. If the alien comes and he comes to the earth and say, what is basketball? Damn it, we're going to put on some tape of the Celtics and the Lakers, who are tied with 17 championships each. But the Lakers have the most recent championship, the bubble ring, that we are going to count because it's still a championship ring. And the Lakers got the last victory in 2010 with a Kobe Bryant-led team that defeated the Boston Celtics in 7 games. It's such a great classic series. So it's big-time basketball that's going to be played tonight, and I am very excited. LeBron, AD, Russ, Tatum, Brown, Marcus Smart. It is going to be some great, great basketball. But you guys got to let me know, who do you guys think is the greatest franchise of all time? Is it the Lakers? Is it the Celtics? I'm here in LA, so of course I'm going to go with the Lakers because the Lakers are that team. Since 1980 to now, they have the most championships, and that is the team that everybody talks about. They have fans all over the world. But it's going to be a great, great game tonight because, this is the most memorable rivalry that we have in sports. I know you have Duke, North Carolina, Ohio State, Michigan in football. You have the Bears, Packers, the oldest rivalry. But this is the one that everybody in sports should know because it is the greatest, and it's going to be cracking tonight there in the Crypto.com arena. I can't wait. But the Celtics are coming off of a loss last night in LA as they took an L to the Los Angeles Clippers with Kawhi Leonard. That's right, everyone. Kawhi Leonard does play basketball. And he showed up last night scoring 25 points in their 113-93 victory. Kawhi Leonard shows that he still has that dog. But can he play enough games where people can believe that the Clippers can win a championship? I don't know. We won't know until it gets to that playoff time. But maybe the Clippers have a plan. Maybe the Clippers are like, we can win enough games to get into the playoffs. Let's keep this guy as healthy as we can get him because you don't win championships in December, January, February. You have to wait until June. So maybe they have a plan, but they took care of the Celtics, the team with the best record in the league. But there's one thing I'm worried about for the Celtics, and that is Jason Tatum. He has been the MVP so far, maybe. But when it comes to the big games, like the game this weekend against the Warriors, like this Clipper game, this matchup with PG and Kawhi, he just comes up short. He comes up shorter than Muggsy Bogues when it comes to these performances, and it comes back to hurt the Celtics. So I don't know if you can trust him. That's why for me in the East, I'm still going Giannis in the Bucks, but we'll see. Time is going to go by, and we're going to see if the Celtics can take care of business. But Celtics Lakers tonight, make sure that you guys tap in. There's going to be some great basketball, as it always is with that rivalry, baby. So this season for some trades, fa la 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 la. The NBA trade season is going to really begin because on December 15th, 89% of the players are eligible to be traded. You kept hearing this number, December 15th. That time is coming. Guys are going to be able to be moved. So let's see what's going to happen. You have the Mavericks, Trailblazers, Lakers, Heat are teams that are going to be looking to make a change. The Mavericks, they have Luka, they have Christian Woods over there, Spencer Dinwiddie. They have to try to piece something together because when you have a talent like Luka Doncic, you have to find a way to probably sneak out a championship sooner than later. So they're going to try to make some moves because the West looks like it's wide open. I know the Warriors are the defending champions, but they don't look the same since they lost Coach Mike Brown. The defense hasn't looked great. I don't know what it is, but who's the favorite? Are we going to believe in the Suns, who keeps getting smacked up by the Pelicans, who are the number one seed in the West, but they're a young team. So for a team like the Dallas Mavericks, you make the right move, you possibly can be back in the Western Conference Finals and maybe in the NBA Finals. The Trailblazers have been surprising all season long. Dame coming off of last night's game where he scored 38 points, 11 threes in 3 quarters. They should have kept playing him. See if he could have made 23s. That would have been remarkable. But the Blazers, they have a chance. Anthony Simons has stepped up. They have a lot of talent there on that roster, but they probably need another piece to get them over the top. Like I said, the West is open. That's why the Los Angeles Lakers must figure out what they want to do. They're going to have to make a move. We see that they just need something more. That's why I think we've been talking about trading Russ all this time. Russ is doing this thing. He's looking like maybe the early favorite for sixth man of the year if he can qualify for that award. So the Lakers are going to have to do something. I say Patrick Beverley, Kendrick Nunn, maybe a draft pick to go get you a piece. I know they're talking about Bogdanovich there with the Pistons, who will be a perfect guy, a guy that can score 30 all off of shooting. And will he get open shots with the Lakers? Of course, when you have LeBron, AD, and Russ. So I'm looking out for the Lakers because, hey, quietly kept, they have a chance to make a push to probably make a run in the playoffs if they can get in there, which I think they can. And then the Miami Heat, who has been one of the most disappointing teams so far in this early part of the season, they have to figure something out. I know they just re-signed Tyler Hero this past summer. I know they still have Duncan Robinson, who they paid that they most likely want to move, but they have to do something. Jimmy Buckets, he can do what he does. We know he plays better towards the end of the season, but they have to find a way to move up in these rankings and look like that team that we thought that they would be. They got a great coach over there in Spo. You have Pat Riley leading the ship. They have to figure something out ASAP. But you're hearing a name like Nerlens Noel, who the Mavericks are looking out there, and the Pistons. I think the Pistons have a roster that everybody's going to be looking at. Other than their young guys, Jaden Ivey and players like that, they're going to have some vets that you can probably go and get. They just lost Cade Cunningham for the year, last year's top overall pick. So that they're just playing this season out. So make sure you look at that roster because I think a lot of teams will be calling the Pistons. And another team people are going to be calling is in Chocolate City, baby. Then D.C. there, Washington, D.C. with the Washington Wizards. Kyle Kuzma is playing some great, great basketball. He looks like a piece that a team may need, and he may want to be out. He's like, damn it, I am balling. I feel that I should be playing for a contender. So he's going to want out and eventually want his payday this coming off season. 20 plus million. Would you guys, if you were a GM, owner, would you pay Kyle Kuzma 20 plus million? I don't know. I think I still have to see more, but I think playing for a contender will help his cause. So let's see if a team steps up and try to make this move to get Kyle Kuzma because he is balling and teams have to get better. So I'm going to be on the lookout because it is trade season coming up. Let's see what crazy moves that are going to happen. I'm excited. Let's see what the Lakers are going to do. Hey, these are the breaks, and we're taking you to a break, baby.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
Welcome back, everybody. You guys know what it is. These are the breaks. Mykell Mathieu here with you on this Tuesday, December the 13th. And I'm going to keep it on some hoops here because there was an announcement this morning that shook everybody. I guess kind of surprised everybody. New names for the trophies and awards in the NBA. They continued the trend. The league MVP is now going to be called the Michael Jordan Award, which is kind of weird being in Laker land because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has the most MVPs, 6. I don't know why he hasn't have an award for him as of yet. That should have been his award, but we'll take it. Then the Defensive Player of the Year award is going to be named after the Dreamer, Hakeem Olajuwon, well-deserving, one of the best players ever that a lot of people sleep on when they have their top 10 rankings. And then the Wilt Chamberlain Award is going to be the Rookie of the Year trophy. I don't know what you guys feel about it. For me, I'm very old-fashioned. I like when they keep things as they are. So I'm not a big fan of these award changes. Have you guys seen the trophies yet? Make sure you go take a look at them. I'm not a fan of them. I know if I'm a player, I'm like, man, give me what the OGs had in this game. But, the NBA, Adam Silver, they're trying to change it up and do all of these new things. So I can kind of understand what they're doing. I see what they're doing, but I don't like it. I'm just telling you that. So big-time game tonight, as we already know in the NBA. Lakers Celtics at 7 o'clock tonight there at Crypto.com Arena. Please, Lakers, wear your home yellow jerseys. I hope we don't see any purple jerseys on tonight. It looks best when you have that gold and that green on the court there in LA. So I'm hoping that we get that. And then the Golden State Warriors, they got a big-time victory versus the Celtics. Steph Curry is still special doing this thing. Klay Thompson is picking it up, and they're playing against Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks. Chris Middleton is back. Those guys are doing some big-time things. So it's going to be some good basketball tonight. I hope you guys are tapping in for that. But that's enough of the NBA news. I could talk hoop all day. We got to go to college football news, and it's going to start off really sad, guys. Mississippi head football coach Mike Leach has passed away at age 61 due to complications from a heart condition. I know this kind of shook a lot of people. It came out of nowhere. You just got the news that Mike Leach was in a hospital. Then word started to come out that it wasn't looking good. And today he passed away. Rest in peace to Mike Leach. I can remember him back to his Washington State days, man. He was just a very great offensive mind, and he gave you very great interviews this past year, man. So to see anybody lose their life is very sad, especially a guy like Mike Leach. So rest in peace to him. Prayers out to his family, his friends, and all of his former players that he coached, who I know are feeling it on today. Purdue, they agreed to a 5-year deal with Ryan Walters to be their new head coach. So we got some moves. College football is kind of towards the end. You're going to see with the transfer portal, a lot of players leaving. You're going to see some coaches move on. So that's something to be looking out for when it comes to college football. And then this past weekend, I have to give big ups to my guy. I covered the Trojans this year, and Caleb Williams. With me being a Chief fan, everybody, if you don't know, check out my social media. You'll find out all about it. Caleb Williams looks a lot like Mahomes, and he was very deserving of this Heisman Trophy for the best football player in college this year. The guy had everything you needed. He had stats. He had wins. He had the great highlights. It sucks that he's not going to be playing in the college football playoff. That's why I can't wait till they expand it in 2024. But, man, the guy was well deserved of it. Shout out to all the quarterbacks who was there. Stinson Bennett. You had Duggan there from TCU and C.J. Stroud. But this was Caleb Williams Award, and I already said it the weekend of the Pac-12 championship, so it was well deserved. And of course, he was first team All AP when it came to AP All-American, along with some other teammates. Hey, shout out to that guy, man. Let's see what's going to happen next year, because you're going to see a lot of teams tanking because they want a shot to draft Caleb Williams, a guy who could possibly be the next Patrick Mahomes. But it's going to be exciting to see him and Lincoln Riley next year once they play, to see if he can finally do the Archie Griffin, which is win back-to-back Heisman Awards. So shout out to Caleb Williams, man, a hell of a player, a very humble guy, very cool guy here. And I'm happy that he's here in Southern California, because this is a place of superstars, and he is one, and he deserved that Heisman Award. So that's your college football news for today. But we have to take you to what? That's very important, fantasy football. Shout out to my team. I am there in the playoffs in my league with a chance to win the top overall seed. So hopefully I can bring home that championship. But I know you guys are going to be on the lookout. Waiver wire. Who are the great pickups that you guys can go and get to help put your team over the top? So you need to tap in with our guy, Marco Nunez, the former head athletic trainer for the Lakers. Marco provides up-to-date details on NFL injuries and options on the waiver wire to fill that much-needed spot. You can find it exclusively here on the Infanity Studio streaming channel right here. Hit that subscribe button right now. Don't you want to win? Don't you want to have a chance to beat your friends and tell them that you are the fantasy football king? You do so by checking in with my guy Marco and here at Infanity Studios by subscribing, so that you can know who's hurt or who are the big names to pick up, because there are a lot of names you can look at. Jerick McKinnon, who is balling for the Chiefs. Look at the Chiefs roster. You're going to have some guys returning. And, you just got to find those sneaky picks. I know I'm doing it. Right after this, I'm going to be checking the waiver wire to see who I can sneak and steal to help put my team over the top, because you want to be the fantasy football king. I'm so excited for that. So we have to take you to NFL news. The Bleacher Report Power Rankings are in. And y'all have to let me know if you guys agree, because I actually agree with this right now. They said the top 3 teams are number 3, my Kansas City Chiefs are the number 3 teams. Well deserving. They snuck out a win in Denver this past week. But, hey, it's always going to be tough when you have road divisional games. They jumped out to a 27-0 lead, and the Broncos came storming back, but the Chiefs were able to hold on. They have some players returning. You have Mykell Hartman, who could be back this week, and Kadarius Toney. They're monitoring to see if he can get back. So the Chiefs only get stronger. That's the number 3 team. I agree with that. The number 2, you have to give it to Buffalo. They beat the Chiefs earlier in the season. They're doing their thing. They just got a big home win versus their divisional foe, the New York Jets. They have a big matchup this Saturday night. I know everybody's going to be tuning in because it may be a snow game. I love the snow games, especially when you have Josh Allen. You're going to have Diggs. You're going to have Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Is going to be some big-time football. That game is going to be huge, because if the Buffalo lose again to the Dolphins, it gives the Chiefs the chance to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. And number 1, deservingly so. They're probably led by the guy that right now I will say is the front runner for the MVP award. His name is Mr. Jalen Hurts, who is balling out. The guys are continuing to dominate. They dominated The Titans, I believe, are maybe they're dominating everybody. I always forget who they're smacking on, but they're just smacking teams up. It was the Giants that they defeated, and they just look like that team, and they are very well-balanced football team led by that quarterback, led by that running game. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, that defense is doing its thing. Like right now, they are the favorites. You don't win the Super Bowl in December, but right now they are the team that is the favorites because who in the NFC is going to challenge them? Do we trust in the Cowboys? I think the Cowboys have a chance, but I can't wait for them to play to finish this season. But who can really challenge them? They can do everything, but we're going to have to see. So y'all let me know. Do we agree with Bleacher Report? I do with their top three. Maybe you can throw the Bengals in there. Maybe you could throw the Cowboys in there. I don't know. You guys let me know down below and best believe we'll talk about it next week to see what happens. But man, sad news. Our guy, Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray appears to have torn his ACL last night. Whenever you see that non-contact move and a guy drops holding his knee, you think ACL, and that's exactly what it was. Arizona, we got to figure out about this turf, man. The Super Bowl is going to be there in February. That turf is not cutting it. The Chiefs earlier in the season got some injuries there with some guys with hamstring and ankle injuries, and now your star quarterback goes out with this. NFL, listen to your guys, damn it. No more turf. Let's get to this grass, man. Let's make it look like old school football because it's nothing like having the grass. I was there, like I said, at the Pac-12 championship, and I was jogging on that turf field and was like, whoa, what is this? This hurts running on this. So I can understand why the players don't want to play on it. Let's figure that out, guys. Kyler Murray, get well soon. We'll see you back next year because the Cardinals, you guys' season was over. 4-8, just got smacked up by the Patriots. Let's get healed up so that you can be ready for next year. But the Odell Beckham watch is still going. Where will he play or will he even play? Looks like the Cowboys are out of it because they said, hey, we're going to go T.Y. Hilton, the guy that is healthy and ready to go now. But they're saying the Cowboys still may give him a look. He visited the Bills, the Giants. You got word that the Chiefs are still looking into him. But is Odell Beckham healthy? OBJ, are you healthy? Are you not healthy? I know you're saying that you're not caring about the season. You'd rather play in the playoffs. But people want to see if you can play at all. So playing some season games are important so that you can get into shape because it's going to be tough to just throw you out there to say, hey, here's our playbook. Go out there, make some plays. We want to see if you're healthy. If you're not, man, you might just want to relax, kick back, enjoy Los Angeles and traveling what you're doing now so that you can get healthy because people don't want to sign someone that's not ready to go, especially a guy that's looking to be paid like yourself. More wide receiver news. Deebo Samuels, the 49ers star wide receiver, was able to escape major injury. Thank God. The guy is a baller. He is expected to return this season. He just suffered MCL and ankle sprain, so that is good for the Niners, who is looking like one of those teams that can possibly challenge the Eagles because things are looking very purdy over there with Brock Purdy continuing to impress. But, you know, let's not crown him too early. I see a lot of people on Twitter, shout out my guy Mark Gunnels, who said maybe he can be the guy instead of Trey Lance. Hey, they traded a lot for Mr. Trey Lance, but we have to see more from Brock Purdy. He's surrounded by a lot of great things, a great defense. He has a lot of weapons. He has CMC in the backfield doing what he does. So the game is kind of easy for him, but the regular season is not what matters for the Niner fans. It's the postseason, and that's why you went out and drafted a Trey Lance to hope that he can match up with a Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow when it comes to the big game. And we got to see more from Brock Purdy, but they dominated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know we hear about Tom Brady maybe going back to his hometown and play. It looks like they don't need him because they're going to have their options of Lance and Purdy. So let's see what's going to happen, man. So I'm very excited for the rest of this NFL season. It is some big-time football that's going to be played. Y'all let me know, who do you guys have as your favorites? Who is that one team that just looks like they are it? Is it the Eagles? Is it Buffalo? Is it my Chiefs? Is it Cincinnati? Is it America's team, the Cowboys? Y'all let me know down below. Hey, but I got one more break. before I got more to talk to you guys, y'all know what it is. These are the breaks. Mykell Mathieu here with you. Hey, I'll see you guys in a second. Welcome back. These are the breaks with your guy, the one and only Mr. Mykell Mathieu himself. I am here to give you that fire on this Tuesday midday. I'm having a good time here in LA. I can't believe it's so cold. For all you people who don't believe it gets cold in LA, it is. But before I go, I have to talk my talk. You know, I got to get you a little bit more than sports, but I'm going to stick it there for a little bit. I'm going to start off with Brittany Griner. I know people have their words, their thoughts on Brittany Griner being free and a trade that a lot of people don't agree with. But I'm just happy for her to be home during the holidays, back with her family, with someone who follows the WNBA. Let's see if she's going to get back to hooping. You know, maybe that's going to be something to free her mind. I know they said her first thing when she got back was going to a court, tying up some Converse, getting a basketball, and going to dunk a ball for the first time in 10 months. So I'm so happy for her. Let's see what she's going to do. Let's see if she's going to hoop. I hope she does because she is one of the great faces of the game. But let's also give her peace. Let's give her space. We don't want her to be talking to us. Let her kind of get herself together, get her life back flowing before we start asking all of these questions on if she's going to play, how was it there, her thoughts and everything. Let's give her some time. You know, everybody needs time to free their mind, and she's going to need it. But I'm so happy that Brittany Griner is back here on American soil. So let's see what's going to happen with her in the rest of her career and her life. I hope her mental is right. So shout out to her. And speaking about mental and gathering themselves, we got to talk hip hop. Everybody knows I'm a big hip hop head, and I'm very excited for this artist based here in California, Carson, California, to be exact. His name is Ab-Soul with Top Dog Entertainment, TDE. He is back after a 6-year hiatus. He is dropping his latest album, Herbert. He has been everywhere. He has been freestyle. He just dropped a new freestyle with the LA Leakers. That's amazing that you need to check out. He is doing his thing. But I'm really excited for his album. Rolling Stone, they dropped an article about it saying that it is his best work yet. He is a guy that's well-deserving because he is one of the dopest lyricists of his generation. He just needs the love and respect that his former TDE mate, Kendrick Lamar, receives. And I think now is about that time for Herbert Stephen Anthony to make it happen. And I think that Soul is ready to produce that fire for you. So make sure, hip hop fans, if you say you're a hip hop fan, make sure you tap in this Friday, December 15th, and listen to that Herbert album. It's going to be amazing. Hey, it's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Go and have fun. Mykell Mathieu, I had to bring you my edition of this week's These Are the Breaks. I'll catch you guys next week, baby. Peace.